Good evening, everybody. This is Electrical Essence, and I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. And tonight, co-hosting with me tonight, we have the Mechanic.
Good evening, humans.
And the Masochist.
Hi.
Actually, no, we've got new names. It's the bird and the hunting dog.
But which is which?
But which is which? Now tonight we're going to do the segment of the 7th episode to the Erotic Sexual Revolution. And leading on the Erotic Sexual Revolution, we've got a couple. We got 7. 7th house, partnerships, marriage. You see your partnerships from the 7th house. We got total Libra energy. Oh, Libra. You know what? We're going to have to, the day that we do a thing on Libra, we're going to have to, go into hiding.
Oh, God.
Everybody's always worried about Scorpio. No. Libra's got all the connections, though. They're probably going to hire Scorpio.
Probably.
So the Mechanic and the Masochist, that's Mr. and Mrs. Smith. We've got Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh, God.
And
you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're really not.
Yeah, trust me, I know I'm Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and get myself too with Mr. Kirshner in there.
Mr. Kirshner.
So, Soldier Shane. Yeah, Soldier Shane and Electrical Essence. That's
Soldier Essence, Electrical Shane.
2 Aquarians that just...
Sometimes you just don't sit on the same twig.
No, we don't. Sometimes I beat him with it in his sleep. So we have 4 months into the relationship now. But really, just with the way the universe has been, it's feels more like about 9 months to a year. It's at that year mark. And 7th house. So...
What is the 7th house about?
7th house. That one doesn't give a lot of descriptions, but what I do like though about 7th house, it's the mirroring house of the 1st house. It's your partners, everybody else but you, basically. Everybody is your 7th house. Every human being is your 7th house.
Mm-hmm.
And the marriage house. We look at Venus, we look at Jupiter, but this episode though isn't so much an astrological topic of the Erotic Sexual Revolution. This one is going to be between a half Scorpio and a Scorpio, which means the Mechanic is actually a Sagittarius in his Western and a Scorpio in his Eastern, Capricorn moon.
I prefer Scorpitarius.
And then he goes from a Cancer rising to a Gemini when he switches from his West to East. And the Masochist here, who is a Scorpio hardcore all the way, both sides, 0 degrees though, so she's barely made the cut, but she's still there in the cut. And she's an Aquarian moon, Aquarian rising, moon in the 1st house. I am an Aquarius with my sun in the 8th house, where basically she's living in my house and I'm living in her house, basically. Yeah.
And I'm just over here.
And the 6th house of Virgo, just bitching about the mess.
Yeah.
And it's not even a mess, it's just like a crumb on the floor. No, that's not about Virgos, but...
Yeah.
So, see, I've got a lot of Virgo in my chart, so that's where that neat freak, perfectionist comes from, so...
I came from a Virgo.
I have a brother and a sister that are Virgo, so, you can suck it.
I don't know Virgo in my family.
You can suck it, too.
I didn't say I liked them.
So, the Scorpio gets shifted to a Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon to her Eastern, and so... It's a very Saturn-ruled Scorpio, which explains a lot, but this Saturn-ruled Scorpio is a very overly exalted, artistic, creative Scorpio, which is...
Slow to change.
Oh, no need to change. Just need to perfect.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So...
That was very lower-minded of me. I apologize. I take that back. Nobody needs to change.
No, it's not so much about change. We all just need to evolve. We're all perfect. No, actually, I take that back. That's a lie. Some people... I am an anteater among fucking ants. That just there. I just said it. I just said I'm an eagle for a minute. So, the 7th episode. And this one, wild card it. We're going to wild card it because, I do not actually have a actual topic.
Let's spin the wheel.
We're going to roll the dice.
All right.
I like the dice. Oh, you should have been in my backpack. Backpack. That's going to be like my new thing whenever... And you know what? That's so creepy. That's like the 3rd time that's happened. I literally seen the little backpack fucking door floor song, and it
Are you watching
pops out.
cartoons again?
What the hell's wrong with cartoons, man? Cartoons are enlightening as fuck.
They are.
A lot of cartoons make more sense than anything else.
They do.
And it gets creepy when you really like look into it more and more.
Uh-huh.
So those cartoons are not meant for children.
No.
I don't know. I think a lot of cartoons aren't meant for children. They speak they have such fucking hidden meanings that you really have to pay attention to that are fucking mind blowing.
Alright, so sitting here with Cobain and Courtney. She could be Cobain, you're Courtney.
Thank you. I was gonna say I hate that fucking that fucking piece of shit whore.
I don't like Cobain.
Oh, fuck you!
And
I
I'm a
like
big
the
Courtney
girl.
Love fan, but I also like Cobain, and I just love her sexy chicness of just her raw and just grungy grossness. Okay, I want you to shake it up, and then she shake it up, and then we'll let the mechanic roll on this one. Just because,
Cobain is my experience.
7.
well, you've got the Capricorn in your 7th house and Cancer in your you got the mom and dad in your 1st and 7th house. She's got the mad scientist and the king in her 1st and 7th. I've got mom and dad in mine too, but all right. And you roll up, pick them up. You can't roll them on the floor because you can't. It's not hard ground.
Stop yelling at me.
Oh my God! No way. Pisces and Neptune and 4th house, home, inner world. So, okay, hidden bed pleasures. This is that drunk Bill Cosby planet that wants to roof you and do all kinds of dirty, nasty things to you, and then wake up in the morning and ask if you want to go hang out at Bill Cosby's house. That's Neptune.
Oh, good lord.
Hidden bed pleasure. All right, so tonight's topic on the 7th episode of this Erotic Sexual Revolution is hidden bed pleasures.
So, secret fetishes, essentially?
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
Anything that is behind closed doors.
Hidden bed pleasures
Okay.
that you bring to your 4th house. So your hidden world of yours 12th, we're going to bring that into the 4th, right here at home.
We're bringing it to you, folks. We're coming to you.
Strap
Coming
on,
to you.
enjoy the ride.
Or coming on you, one of the two.
Yeah, strap on and enjoy the ride.
Strap on. You know what? Don't even enjoy, just strap on, because I can care less if you enjoy it or not, because I'm going to have fun either way.
You hopped on, might as well fucking ride it out.
All right. So, hidden bed pleasures. All right. So we are on Hidden Bed Pleasures. I love that song. That's an old school song from when I was in high school. Touch It. It's good. It's a good dance song.
I like the song Talk Dirty, Me by Poison.
You know what?
That's a good song.
That should have been the song that we played. Because you know what? That could be a hidden bed pleasure. That's a hidden bed pleasure I've been playing around with.
I like it. Like, I just kind of like it both as fuck. Sometimes I do.
You know what? You guys have like a real you know what? Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. Just too
Too open.
not too open. Just
I'm
like
very open. I have no problem. I don't know. I watch really interesting
coarse porn as a hidden pleasure.
Yeah. That's not something you want to bring up in random conversation like I
That
just
would
did.
be. That would be awesome.
Shock factor. I'd be intrigued. I'd listen.
Hey, I'd go to a donkey show. Actually, would you go to a donkey show?
I've been to one in Mexico.
I don't know. Just like
Tijuana?
okay,
My grandpa took me.
or like for a while there was this video of this fucking chick fucking a dog circulating Facebook.
Oh,
I came across it and I could not look away, and no matter how much I wanted to, it was like a train wreck.
You know what? There's one I saw too circle around Facebook of these two guys. This guy fucking a dog, and
Yeah,
I was traumatized for a while.
I was too, but I couldn't look away.
You can't
Just
not
like
watch
serving
something like
film.
that.
Yeah, it's like a serving film. It was so terrible. I can't look
There was
away.
another one circling around Facebook of a girl fucking a gorilla, and he ripped her apart afterwards.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
I didn't get to see it, thank God. That's just horrible.
I mean, there's some creatures that you just should not fuck. Cause that, how, dude?
The one I don't get is like the chimpanzee. What happens when it wants to peel the banana?
Oh my goodness. You're gonna peel your banana.
Yeah.
I read a book about this woman who was obsessed with dolphins, and like she was one, and well, she wanted to, but she didn't. She wanted to have sex with one, but what she didn't realize is they like to have sex deep underwater.
Oh, yeah, she's probably drowned.
She drowned.
Autoerotic fucking...
She drowned and got raped by a dolphin.
Okay, how in the hell did we get on hidden bed pleasures to animal alabicial? You know what though? The zodiac is.
The zodiac is a very interesting.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay, hidden bed pleasures. Okay, hidden bed pleasures. Like, okay, You know what? Maybe go ahead and bed pleasures, and we'll just do a once like we'll see we'll do a room we'll do a check like okay like a list hidden bed pleasures.
I think 50.
What's the kinks? And fetishes. That's the exact same thing.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Fetishes and kink.
Yes.
And of course you would know that.
Of course you would.
Dirty Scorpio.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Ashley, we're gonna go through around the list of. We're gonna do a checklist of. Okay, so we're gonna go around the room and who's done and who hasn't. You know, I'm gonna keep score.
Never happened.
You wanna keep score?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually.
You wanna keep score? Can I read off what they are?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a couple. Oh my goodness, that's like absolute. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, this is. Oh my god, gross.
Oh, there's a lot.
Okay, here we go.
You don't have to go through. I need paper.
I need a piece of paper. You're gonna get a little book. Oh, right here.
Okay, he didn't hear me.
Let me
Okay.
write this down real quick.
All right, Ashley.
Open that
Do you
for
want
me,
to,
please.
like, give a point for each, or like write out specific ones? Alright, one sec.
It's alright. I got it.
Okay, so we're gonna go through and make a checklist of hidden. It's what was it called?
Never have I ever.
Never have I ever. Oh my god, I haven't played that game since my fucking drinking days.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kinks and fetishes. So we're gonna go around and we're gonna keep score. And what should we? How many questions should we do? Like
All 200.
we're not doing all 200.
Okay, the
First one to 25 wins or loses.
first
Well-
25 is the most preferred motherfucker.
How about this? 212 since 12,000 energy of hidden pleasures.
13. 13's good.
This game's gonna be over pretty quick.
13's good.
13.
Ash, you're cooking dinner, aren't you? Hello, Ash. Hello. Oh.
Here, 20 for you guys.
Oh, that looks yummy. Oh, we can always pick it back up. But let's do.
I'm trying to find the.
Are you into BDSM stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! You know what? Why did I even
Here,
ask?
There we go. That looks more. Is Ashley playing?
Oh, no, the other one was like way more like, oh my god. This one will work too, though.
Yeah. If we're not going through all 2 or 3, then yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Dude, wait.
Is she playing?
Okay.
Is she playing?
Yeah. Well, she can say yes or no. So then that way she can keep it at least PG-13 on her end.
Since when are we PG-13?
Since Ashley has family and children and cooking dinner. Alright. Okay, so let's go. This is actually a really good list. You should save it. What's cosplay?
Cosplay is just not.
That's what I thought. Oh my god, that's horrible.
I'll save that when we're done.
Okay, and it was this one?
No. Right there.
The one that we're on before this one.
Oh, the tier 3 one?
Yeah.
Here, let me do this real quick.
Are you gonna save it? Good idea. Okay, I'm starving.
Word.
I know you're hungry too. I know the National Spirit cooking and I need food. You know, I'm just realizing. Oh, never mind. I can take. Okay, here we go. So the first one. Oh my god. Okay, so the first one is called Abduction as Seduction. Did you hear that, Ashley?
I've never done it, but I went to get food.
Okay, first one, abduction But abduction as abduction, and then the second one is abrasion. People who enjoy fetishes like giving or receiving cuts and scrapes. Oh my god.
Yeah, yep. Okay, I like the whole.
No, I have a really good idea. Okay, and I gotta get dinner going because literally my birthday's gonna be over in 6 hours.
Alright, then you just want to wait and call back, or what?
No, they're gonna start the game.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright. First on the list is Belinophilia.
Wait, you were on the not A.
Oh.
Okay.
Anal training.
No, that was not first. There we go.
Abduction as seduction.
I'm
A
not-
kink where the abductor kidnapper treats the victim in a loving manner. Number 1 on the list is abduction as seduction.
Adoption has seduction?
Basically a fucking stage kidnapping type. Kinky stage kidnapping.
The abductor treats the kidnapped person in a loving manner.
Basically your boyfriend abducts you from your walk in the park or some shit.
That takes too much
Okay,
planning.
okay, so are we like, yes, we've done it, no, we haven't?
Yeah, it's like a never have I ever type thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 2, abrasions.
Yep. I enjoy it.
Receiving cuts.
Given abrasions? Received abrasions?
Either or.
Oh,
Yes.
God, that's horrible.
Yes,
I have not.
I have. I enjoy it.
Now, I say all of these answers with, also, it was in my past. I have elevated and grown sexually and spiritually, so it doesn't always consist of the same things that it has, but we're talking in our lifetime, so yes.
I'm 21. I'm still exploring, you know.
Number 3, accidental stimulation.
Yes.
No.
Nope.
All the time.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Whoopsie.
Mhm.
Age play. Like daddy-daughter type shit.
DDLG, daddy dom little girl shit.
Do what?
DDLG, daddy dom little girl type thing.
Oh, yeah, calling him Big Dad. Oh, Big Dad. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, been there.
Agorophilia. Public places.
A what?
Public places.
Basically exhibitionism.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I like it.
Yep.
I'm a fan.
I've done it. I don't like it.
Still, I'm a fan. Still.
No, I have not. Aliens. Yes. Yes, I have. I've fantasized. Well, yeah.
Aliens?
Everybody has. Everybody's an alien.
Okay. Can you say first about having sex with aliens, often an abduction and for stereo? Alien dildos, master. Basically, alien dildo.
I have no conversation. I'm not going to answer yes to any of these.
You guys are cutting in and out bad on my end. Am I?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't even understand what half of these mean.
Alright. Amarophilia. Think for being unable to see blindfolded during sex, basically being blindfolded. Being blindfolded.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I've covered their eyes before so they can't gaze upon this, studly form.
Blindfolded, gag, bound. Yes, done it, had it done. I mean, like, I'm very open, so I've always asked my
Same.
partners their fantasies, and I know men love variety, so
Same.
I
You
always
never had
change it
any.
up and keep it interesting and new.
Yeah, thank you. You didn't have any. I'm trying to fucking unleash some. But anal penetration. Yep, been there, done that. Anal?
Yes, it was not willing. I do not willingly participate in any
Alright, so. No.
butt play at all. On me. I will give, but it has to be properly maintenance first.
It must be flushed and bleached.
You gotta use it, but.
Butt plugs.
Anal.
What was it?
Butt plugs.
Well, no, because nothing but, so no.
No, it's not
What kind of list is this?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do the other one. Asphyxiation. Yep.
Yeah. Joking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Autogenophilia.
Barebacking, sex without a condom, yeah.
Sex without a condom?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I have 2 children.
Begging.
What?
Begging. Basically,
I wouldn't say I've begged. I mean, I've asked politely.
I begged. You've got me begged.
Oh no, I like to make them tease me until I beg for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or make them beg for it. Yeah. I like to extend that moment. Yeah, yep.
Bestiality.
That one.
No.
Bellum Affinity depends.
Now I have watched the Donkey Show, but I don't participate in it. I don't get off it. I'm not down. So, no.
Benophilia. Affinity depends. Needles or sharp objects. Essentially knife play. Yeah. I like it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've held a knife up to their throat, you know, so they know they can't get away, but...
Well, here, I've got a couple of questions.
Okay.
Have you guys ever invoked your higher self
What do you mean?
I don't think...
while sexually engaging?
Which one?
I'm not sure how to make them do anything.
You simply ask out loud, I invoke my higher self, or I invite my higher self to merge with me during this love-making session, or whatever you want to, coitus, whatever you want to call it. But
I think they
So-
have accidentally.
You have to say that out loud, though.
the power of speaking words out loud magnify it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I speak it, so it is.
Right. So many of these are just rapey.
Have you ever kept eye contact the entire time, not looking away from your partner, and sinking breath?
I've tried sinking breath.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it, though.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. That's intense, huh?
I just feel I don't like it.
Synchronizing is
Oh.
pretty cool. Like, you both arrive at the same time.
The next time you guys do, or the next time you're together, invoke your higher selves first, and then do the looking in each other's eyes and sinking breath, and you'll have a completely different experience. That level is going to take you guys to the next. It is.
Oh my god, you know what? This just reminds me that I do not have enough sex.
Preach. You're preaching to the choir, okay?
Oh, man.
Having, blocking eyes.
But at the same time, I'm not in a place in my life anymore where I just want to have sex. I don't want to have sex. I want to make love. Every session that I have, I want it to be a manifestation of making love. Like, even if it gets a little rough or whatever, it still can be in that vibration, in that space of love.
It's all about.
Dude, okay, I heard the evoking the higher self during, the sexual act. Yeah, that one, I probably black out.
If you ask me, you shouldn't do it any other way, because then you're completely in your body and you're completely connected, and that is when we are the most connected to our source and our power anyway. So when you pull yourself into your body, you are strengthening that connection back to source, back to oneness, back to the all, and it transcends this physical realm. You take your lovemaking session, you take your joining of your energies past 3D. You take it to 4th dimension, you take it to 5th dimension, and with practice you can take it all the way. And I mean, when you do that, it emanates out and it changes shit around you, because that is the most powerful magic there is. That is how life and planets and solar systems and everything is created, man. Boom.
You know,
It's
you know
love.
what, that's, you know what? Yes, you guys try that.
And we all deserve, I mean, mankind needs us to do this. We are doing a service, not only to ourselves, to our partners, but to everyone when we do this. And I invite you guys to try it once. Because once you try it once, you ain't going to want to do it any other way. I'm almost positive. Because,
Invoking the higher
just freaking, wow. 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 And that's what it's always supposed to have been, and they took that from us, and that's when all of this stuff was suppressed, and that's how you have all of the things that you have now.
Like what?
Everything. People completely suppressing their sexual nature. They have been intimate or married their entire life and never have actually had an orgasm, never actually connected with their partner. They don't enjoy it. They don't, I mean, sex is supposed to be a joyous, magical thing, and it's not, and it hasn't always been, and we do it, and
people use it to hurt each other.
Even if I enjoyed it, I never knew what an actual orgasm felt like until him. I'm not even kidding. You gave me my first orgasm.
Aww.
Yeah.
I made her bust her first nut.
Yeah, essentially.
Well, and I think a lot of that also has to do with the feelings that you guys have, because it wasn't just a physical thing. There were feelings attached to it. My husband, I knew I was falling in love with him when I was sitting on the couch next to him, not being touched by him at all, not talking about sex or anything. And I had an orgasm, just sitting there talking to him. And we'd been together before, so he knew when I'm having one. And he's like, did you just? And I was like, oh my God. And my brain was like, what the fuck was that? Like, as a Scorpio, I don't show my cards. Like, I have to keep that mystery up and that intrigue going, because you guys do. You love the chase. You love the chase. It's all that, this building of the sexual tension and the building of that until you just can't keep it in anymore. You're going to explode without this other person. And that's when I started to be alert that my body was telling me that I was falling in love with this man. And I was just like, oh shit, that came out of nowhere. I had no plans on this. And that's the thing. You don't plan on it. It just happens.
When you're not around that other person, like, it gets physical too. You know what I'm saying? Like, withdrawals, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
And when we're like completely connected, well, we don't even always have to be completely connected, but if I need help, if I need him, if I'm in struggle or something's about ready to happen to me, he knows it. He senses it. He'll come running. He'll call me. Like, he knows. And same way with him. I know when he's not okay, when something's happening. Like, we sync up. We know. If my shoulder's hurting, and all of a sudden, and I know it's not my shoulder, it'll be his shoulder. Or my shoulder will be hurting and his shoulder starts to hurt. Or his shoulder's hurting and my shoulder starts to hurt.
That takes years to get to that point, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the more you connect with your partner, the stronger that connection becomes. But it is work. But yeah, it's freaking amazing.
You have to be selfless. You can't be a selfish lover, right?
Oh, absolutely. And there's ups and downs, and there's times that, like, man, we trigger each other. And that was the biggest thing that I learned with him, too, was I became aware of the wrongs that I do in relationships, my cycles, my faults, and owned them. Same way with him. When we came together, I was living as a wounded feminine in my masculine state, and he was living as a wounded masculine in his feminine state. He was more female than I was. When we met, I was like, I'm the man, da, 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 da. And now I'm living in my female essence, and he's living in his masculine. We have come so far together. We've helped each other heal so much, but it has been one hell of a journey.
It's been work.
But through all of it, and no matter whatever happens, like, at the core, I love him and want nothing but the best for him. And he loves me and wants nothing but the best for me. And I support him in any of his endeavors, and he supports me in any of my endeavors, even if we don't necessarily understand it. Even if we're at different waves on this awakening process, in our spirituality and in our paths, we still have that in common. We still have that love and that space, and that it's just beautiful. It's sacred. Like, and he needed me. It was through our union and our love and our relationship that I truly got a glimpse of who I was and how I came across and how people felt about me and how I affected people, and that I wanted to be better. I wanted to be better for me, and I wanted to be better for him and for my children and for everyone.
It's teamwork. It's a team.
It is. It is.
It's no longer you or the other person. It's one thing.
But thank God that it usually, if I'm low, he's high. If he's low, I'm high. So we're not both low together. And where I'm weak, he's strong. Where he's weak, I'm strong. We can help each other in those areas. And and we're both big enough to know and admit when we're messing up or not showing up. And communication, and it's hard, dude, because our teachers, our families, the you know, what we had to look at and to go off of wasn't good. And we realized that didn't work, and that how growing up like that, it made us think that we had to do things a certain way, and we're breaking that mold and we're finding those steps together. We're creating a divine partnership where we're free to be ourselves and to love, but we're together, and I have his back and he has mine, and I mean, you work at it every day. You work at being better, and some days, you know, you don't do so good. Other days, you freaking knock it out of the park. That's life.
Yeah, that's what it means to be in a relationship. You don't have to like the bad days, but you have to take them you have to appreciate them.
But it is you both have to show up. You both have to show up. You can't be the only one showing up, and they can't be the only one showing up. And sometimes showing up is telling our partner the hard truth and being like, hey, I'm worried about you. You know, you're kind of in a spiral. And if we're not in that receptive, I'm a Scorpio. So when he comes to me, or if I'm in a spiral, he'll say something, and I might not be receptive in that moment. It might take me a couple hours, or it might take me a couple days or a week or so, but I will come back around and address it and know that he's worried about me and he's holding space for me. And then I find the way to communicate with him what I need to communicate. But communication is the biggest thing, and for both of us, it's been pretty uncomfortable trying to express what we want, what we need, what are deal breakers, like what is it?
It's hard to put anything into words.
Mm-hmm.
It is, but it's necessary.
Mm-hmm. That's how our monkey brain processes information, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's to the point though where if I do get mad at him, or if he gets mad at me, and like we start to take it out, or if I start to think negatively about him, it'll hurt me. Like all of a sudden my arm will go into a spasm and it starts to cramp up and shit. And then I have to realize, oh shit, that was because I was thinking negatively about him, and I shouldn't be. What is it? If I'm mad, what was it that he did that triggered that in me? Because I'm responsible for my own feelings. So what is it? And if I get mad, and he's the same way. If he gets mad at me, I mean, it's been a while, but it was, I think, a couple months ago or whatever, but I had done something and pissed him off. And he'd come to bed, and I know he must have been thinking about something, because all of a sudden he's like, Jesus Christ, my arm's hurt, and oh my God, it hurts. And I'm like, are you possibly thinking bad about me right now? Are you mad at me? And he's like, yeah, kind of. And I'm like, well, do you want to talk about it? And he did. And as soon as he did and let me know and I could apologize, his arm stopped hurting. And he was just like, holy crap. And I'm like, yeah. Because when we go to hurt our partner, all we really do is hurt ourselves. And that was the mirror to me. And I was just like, holy shit, it really is. We are all connected. Like anything I try to throw out to somebody that's bad, it comes back to me almost instantly tenfold. So I try not to put bad out at all, because I don't want it coming back to me. I want good coming back to me.
Takes time, doesn't it? Years and years, huh?
So, what else?
Well, isn't she pretty? Just look at her.
It's amazing. It's amazing what love can do, how it can be a catalyst for transformation. Same way with loss and pain. But love can be it too, and that magic state when it's there and you guys are connected, like, for real, a lot of good can be done. A lot of healing can be done with the joining of the hearts. You both can heal and become your best versions of self. And in that, grow even more together. And like, oh, it's, yeah.
And we're so young. You know what I'm saying?
It's what I wish for everyone. It's what I've been doing all of this work for, because this is exactly what I've always wanted. This is what was wrong with the world. This is why we were all been lost and looking for that next goal or this next thing to fill the void, because we've all wanted this connections, first of all, with ourselves, second of all, with our partners, our friends, our community, because we are supposed to. We're supposed to.
Humans are social creatures naturally.
Yes, they are. They are naturally, but sometimes not everybody turns out to be that way. And here's something really quick, and we'll be back with you here in just a moment. Some old school TLC.
You see, I had this brother who was mad at me, cause I told my homegirl that he was packing. Told the truth, so I really don't give a damn that I spill the beans on this little short steaming. Oh, some of y'all be fooling us, big feet, big hands, just plain big, the sex ain't worth a damn. We women wanna know these things, if y'all got the tap and not swing. Put it in work, if you don't want the girl to talk, you don't want your feelings hurt, put it in work.
All right, everybody. I do want to thank you guys for joining us for the part 1 of the 7th episode to the Erotic Sexual Revolution. And my co-hosts were the mechanic, the mystical goddess Kama meaning love, and our newest one, who is, I guess, you know, when she's being good, she's sky high. When she's being demonic, she is the masochist, and she is a part of the duo of the machinist and the masochist, the mechanic and the masochist, the man and the masochist. Now, I will be introducing the masochist on a little quick segment so you can kind of get a feel for her. She is absolutely she's amazing. She's another Scorpio. I'm just surrounded by scorpions. I guess that's just the story of my life right now until I figure out what to do with them. Either throw them in the desert or throw them in somebody's crotch. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that one out. So, part 2 of this episode will be out very shortly. And I'm not sure if we're going to keep it on Hidden Bed Pleasures. It was supposed to be Hidden Bed Pleasures, and we ended up going into Have I Never Ever old school game, which was actually kind of cool, kind of reminiscing, back into the old days and, back in our youth. So it was good. It was really good. And it was my birthday, so I can't really complain too much because it was probably one of the best highlights of my birthday, getting everybody I love together to record out an episode for me. So thank you, everybody. Really do appreciate it. And all you guys that listen, I appreciate you as well. And so be patient. I am getting them out there, especially more episodes to this Erotic Sexual Revolution. I'm even more excited to introduce a couple of new people. I can't wait to get my gay lover on here, who is beyond the best, gay husband ever in the world. And also, too, we have some other episodes that we've been, kind of discussing on doing, and some of them, will be mature, and some of them will probably be pretty gross and raunchy. So you gotta kind of listen to figure out which is which. So, and again, I want to thank everybody, the machinist, Kama, and masochist. You guys have a good night.